2 weeks before Christmas, my mom texted that my kids weren't invited because there wasn't room. On Christmas Eve, I pulled up and saw my brother's kids swarming the house. I packed every gift back into my trunk and left. The next morning, I told the truth online, and the people who had no room suddenly had opinions. Her text didn't even mention Isla or Micah. Hey sweetie, we're doing something smaller this year, just immediate family. I asked who counted as immediate. Hours later, just your brother, his wife, and the kids. It's easier. You know how crowded it gets. Looking back, that line wasn't about space. It was about rank. My brother has always been the golden one. His 3 loud kids are just energetic. Mine are too sensitive if they won't hug on command or if they say no to pie. Nate, my husband, said maybe my parents were overwhelmed, but I kept wondering why overwhelmed only ever landed on my children. I didn't tell the kids the real reason. I said we were doing a quiet Christmas, just us. They looked disappointed, then swallowed it. Kids shouldn't be that practiced at shrinking. Still, on Christmas Eve, I loaded the car with gifts for my parents and my brother's family. I told Nate I wanted to drop them off and be decent. We pulled onto my parents' street at 3 p.m., packed with cars. The front door was wide open. After that, I saw wrapping paper spinning in the doorway. Next, I saw my brother's kids sprinting past the tree. Then I saw toys scattered wall to wall. My mom laughed and snapped photos. My dad poured wine and didn't look up. Louder music, more faces, plenty of room. So tell me again there wasn't room for my kids. I didn't go inside. I turned around, walked back to the car, and opened the trunk. One by one, I lifted those wrapped presents back out like I was taking myself back with them. Nate didn't speak. Neither did I. We drove home, and I felt calm. The next morning, I posted a single sentence and a photo of the untouched gifts under my tree. Funny how some kids get quietly uninvited because there's not enough room. Hope everyone enjoyed the space. I tagged every adult relative. My brother texted, "What is this about?" His wife wrote about how I should talk privately. My mom left a voicemail demanding I delete it because I was making drama. No apology. No kids' names. That was the moment I stopped pretending silence was polite. So I posted again, "If you want it gone, apologize to Ela and Micah, not me." That night, my dad called Nate instead of me. After the kids were asleep, I opened my banking app. For 5 years, I'd been quietly sending my parents $400 a month, repairs, prescriptions, groceries. Was it love, or was it a cover charge for belonging? I canceled the transfer and went to bed. On the 5th, my dad texted a single. I replied, "No more financial help until my kids get basic respect." He said, "You're being cruel." I texted back, "Cruel is excluding children and calling it easier. This is called consequences." That's when I realized the money was the only thing they noticed. A week later, my sister-in-law tried again with polished words about narratives and misunderstandings, plus, "You've always been so generous, especially financially." I forwarded her message to the relatives who'd checked on me. Then an envelope showed up with no return address. A huge 10th birthday party invite for my brother's kid, magician, bounce house, all cousins welcome. After no room at Christmas, suddenly there was room because other people would be watching. I told the kids. Ela asked, "Why now?" Micah just said, "I don't want to go." So we didn't. I posted the invite to my close friend's story. No room at Christmas, but now there's room with a magician. My dad called again, through Nate asking me to take everything down. I said, "Apologize to my kids. Say their names. Say you were wrong." He went quiet and finally said, "That's not going to happen." So I said, "Then neither is this party," and hung up. The party came and went. We stayed home, built Lego cities, read books, played board games. The next morning, my sister-in-law's page was a scrapbook of smiles. My parents were in every photo. My kids weren't mentioned once, just like we never existed. 3 months later, my mom texted, "We miss the kids. Can we start fresh?" Still no apology. I replied, "You can see them when you acknowledge what you did. You were wrong, and they matter." She never answered. I thought the silence would break me. It didn't. Peace showed up the second I stopped paying emotionally and financially for a seat at a table where my children were never welcome.